Hey guys, today I want to introduce my new acoustic guitar that I just got. So this is the Takamine TSP 10CS. You guys can see it's a very beautiful looking guitar in this nice black burst finish. And yeah, this is by Takamine, a Japanese acoustic guitar company. They've been making acoustic guitars and acoustic guitars only. They're focused on acoustic guitars, much like Martin, since 1962. And they're all, you guys can see it on the inside here, all handcrafted in Sakashita, Japan. At least this model is anyway. This is one of their higher end models, using only the finest materials and traditional construction techniques. This is part of their Thin Line series. And the reason why it's called Thin Line, well, just take a look. You see how thin that is? Yeah, that's very thin for an acoustic guitar. So yeah, this very thin profile, I would say like this is as thin as any of the new like lava guitars, like the carbon fiber guitars that has been advertised recently, like the Lava ME Air, I think, is the one I have looked at before. Like these are probably not just as thin as those Lava ME Air guitars, except this is like a traditional guitar. It's not made of carbon fiber. It's actually made of just of wood, traditional materials. But it's extremely light. That's what I noticed. Extremely light and extremely thin, which is very impressive considering it's a traditional acoustic guitar made of traditional materials. I know they had to like make the volume a bit smaller and stuff, and of course it's going to affect the amount of volume you can get out of the sound. It's not going to rival any kind of dreadnought type of acoustic or anything, but still, I was looking for a guitar that can maybe replace my Martin OM-JM. I've played my Martin OM-JM for a long time, and the orchestra model is really good, an all-around great model. But I was just looking for something like, that can get like a similar kind of volume, but like with a more interesting appearance, and that's exactly what this guitar is, right? It's the volume is not as big as Dreadnought or even an orchestra model, but it still produces some pretty nice volume, right? When I play, pretty decent volume, even though it's a thin line. And yeah, just looking for something a little bit more eye-catching, and that's exactly what this is. So this cost $1,600 US, definitely not cheap, but still considerably cheaper than my Martin OM-JM. So yeah, this is overall, I think Takamine guitars, just like many other Japanese products, are well known for their craftsmanship. I was actually deciding between the Yamaha guitar and a Takamine. I went with the Takamine just because I saw this beautiful finish online, and I really like the inlays, the block inlays and not dot inlays. I always find block inlays a little bit more elegant looking than block inlays. And this thin line body, which is really appealing to me because of how thin and light it is, which makes it easier to transport as well. And of course, yeah, easier to carry. I can easily carry this with one hand. So it's really nice. It's handcrafted in Japan and everything. Take a look at the back as well. So yeah, basically go over some of the specs of this guitar. Top material is spruce. I don't know what kind of spruce they use. They don't actually specify that. Most of the time when I look at like higher end guitars using spruce, it's likely to be Sitka spruce. Sitka spruce is the most common one. My OM-JM uses Engelmann spruce, but that's kind of an exception for that model. But most of the time I would think if they're using spruce, higher end acoustic models usually use Sitka spruce, but it doesn't specify. The side material and the back material is rosewood. It doesn't specify what kind of rosewood. I'm guessing it's Indian rosewood, but it doesn't specify that. It's got a traditional bone nut right here, and the fingerboard material is rosewood. So that's a traditional material. I would have preferred maybe ebony, but rosewood's fine too. The neck material is mahogany. This is mahogany, very smooth. This is a traditional bridge made of bone here. So not like a tusk bridge or anything like that. This is very much traditional materials. And yeah, they've got custom Goto tuners. So Goto is a Japanese company that makes like many guitar accessories, but notably tuners. A lot of companies use Goto tuners. This one being a custom Takamine Goto tuners that's in gold on the back, and using kind of ivory type tuning buttons right here, which is nice. They look kind of like ivory anyways. I'm not sure if it's real ivory or not, but they definitely look like ivory, which is adds a nice touch. The pickguard is also an ivory color, And the bridge pins have the ivory abalone dots, just like my Martin OMJM does. So that's a pretty nice touch as well. It's engraved black burst, and yeah, overall it looks really, really elegant and fantastic. So this comes with, typically for Takamine guitars, they usually come with pretty good electronics. This comes with a CT3N preamp here. You guys, I don't know how well I can see that, but CT3N preamp. So this has, this is the battery right here. You can easily take out the battery here by pulling it out like this. It comes actually with a battery already. I'll install it later. And it comes with a tuner. You can press this for a tuner right here. And it comes with your 3-band EQ. This is your lows, your mids, and your highs. It comes with a volume knob, and it comes with a notch frequency selector. So from 80, 200, 500, 1K, 5K, and no, sorry, 80, 200, 500, 1K, 3K, 5K, and 0. So a little notch frequency selector right there. I'll have to test these out to see what they do, but I've heard good things about Takamine electronics and preamps. So that's kind of one of their specialties, is that they're well known for making good acoustic electric guitars. And you can plug in your cable at the bottom part here, right in there, the strap, exactly like my Martin OMJM. You plug it into right here, which I like because you don't have to you don't sully the rest of the guitar putting in an input jack, right? You just put it right on the strap button, which you're going to have anyways. So that's a nice place to put it. All right, very beautiful looking guitar, Takamine TSP 10CS. Yeah, this is a gorgeous looking guitar, very light, very thin. And the neck just seems very, very playable, very smooth. Now the radius of this neck doesn't actually say, but I feel like it's fairly flat, like at least 12 inches or more radius. I think it's higher than that probably. It seems like a very flat neck, good for soloing. And playing chords might not be the best for playing chords, but for soloing, yeah, it's really good for playing those individual lead lines like that because of the pretty flat fretboard radius there. Yeah, I also want to mention that the Takamine came with this really nice gig bag too. This is not a hard shell case, it's kind of like a soft shell case, but still it's pretty nice. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, it's a soft case gig bag. Comes with like nice front pocket here. You can store stuff in this front pocket. And once you open it up, right, this is what it looks like inside. So it's actually kind of like a combination of a hard shell and a gig bag. So it's a soft shell case, which is kind of like a nice in-between hard shell. Because the thing about hard shells is that they're often really heavy. I mean, they're very durable, but they're also very heavy. And that kind of makes it a pain to carry sometimes. And then a gig bag is just, it's not enough protection sometimes. So I think a soft shell case like this one is a good in-between. So it's more portable, easier to carry than a hard case, but also offers more protection than a typical gig bag. So yeah, I really do like this case that it comes with. You can strap it on your back like this. That's something you usually cannot do with hard shell cases, is wear it like a backpack. And I mean, that's one of the main advantages of a gig bag, is I can just carry it on my back. That's very comfortable for me. But with a hard shell case, you can't do that. With this soft shell case, you can. So I really do like this nice soft shell case that they offered. So again, this is the back of it, and then this is the front of it. Yep. So it's a really nice soft shell case that they package the guitar in. So that's a nice little extra. Yeah, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change out the strings on this guitar, because I usually just change out the strings on all new guitars that I get, just so it has a fresh set of strings. And then I'll be playing it and comparing it to my Martin OMJM acoustic and my Lava ME2 acoustic. Those are my other two acoustic guitars that I have right now. So yeah, stay tuned guys. I'm going to change out the strings and then I'm going to compare it. Alright, so now I'm going to change out the strings on the Takamine guitar. Like I said, I usually change out the strings with every guitar that I buy. I just want to have a fresh set of strings. And yeah, this Takamine, this is just going to be kind of like a how I change out the strings on an acoustic. I think I might have done a video on this with my Martin OMJM acoustic before, but yeah, this is just going to be like a brief little, you know, how to or tutorial on how I change out the strings on an acoustic. It's pretty simple, not that different from an electric. I mean, sure, there are a number of things with the bridge that you do a little bit differently, but for the most part, it's not like that time consuming. And basically, it's like if you change out strings on an electric guitar, the only major difference is how you change out, how you insert the strings, and that's really, and how you take them out. That's really the major differences. But yeah, I'm just going to change out the strings here. So it's pretty simple, right? If you guys haven't changed out strings before, first you got to loosen your strings. So you just loosen them all the way up. Make them as loose as possible to get them unraveled. So yeah, I got them unraveled. So you basically just get them to a point where you can kind of disconnect it from the string holders here. So yeah, just got disconnected from the string holders where you got them loose enough. And be sure to be like careful when you do this, because some of these strings, like if they have a lot of tension and force, like they might just snap off and they might, you know, hit you somewhere. And these strings are like, especially the ones that are on the higher strings, like they're sharp, right? They can actually pierce your skin. So you got to be careful when you're handling the strings, so they don't just like pop off and hit you somewhere. But yeah, I'm going to change out these strings. I don't know what stock strings are on this, but I'm going to change it out to Elixir strings. I usually go with Elixirs. Still my favorite string brand overall. I've used all kinds of different strings like D'Addarios, Ernie Balls. I've used Curtis Mangans. I've used DR strings, Sonotone strings, Martin strings. Yeah, I've used like a lot of different types of strings. Oh yeah, and GHS as well. I've used those, like Fenders, tons of different string companies, and I still go with Elixirs. Elixirs are just really good. They're coated, so they do last longer. And yeah, once I change them out, I don't like, if I have coated strings, like they generally last at least 6 months. If it's uncoated, then I think they only last like 2 or 3 months uncoated. But coated strings, yeah, they'll last you at least 6 months. For Elixirs, like sometimes like close to a year. I've used Elixir strings without the tone actually changing. So anyways, I stuck the Elixir strings, and these are going to be the acoustic strings 8020 bronze nano webbed. I think all of them are good. I don't have a particular preference. They have 3 lines of strings: nano web, poly web, and opto web. I think all of them are fine. I don't have a particular preference for them, but just whatever is the cheapest I can find and whatever the quickest I can get. But I always go with Elixirs usually. Tried many different types of strings, but yeah, I usually go with Elixirs. And these are lights. Yeah, I usually go with lights or super lights. So these are lights, which means they're 12s. So yeah, these are different gauges comes with. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to change them out. So how to get the bridge pins out. So this depends on the guitar. With my Martin Ohm JM, what I had to do was I usually took a pair of pliers and I went inside the guitar body and I kind of just knocked it up. But because, or like knock it out from the inside. But since this guitar is a thin line guitar, it doesn't have like that much volume for me to even go inside. That's not going to be like ideal. So like here you could just like go in and try to knock it out from under the top, which is what I usually do with my Martins and other acoustics. But in this case, I think I might just have to use pliers to just pluck out the bridge pins, which I think should be okay. So I'm just going to just gently wiggle them. Yeah, take the bridge pins, gently wiggle them to like kind of pull them out like this. So there you go. Just gently wiggle them, pull it out. Yeah, because this guitar is a thin line. I can't go in the guitar body very well. There's not much volume. So I'll just use going from the top. And this is easier anyways. So I'll just make sure not to damage the bridge pins, of course. I'm using pretty heavy duty pliers, so just gotta make sure to be careful not to damage them. But yeah, just gently grabbing them, wiggling them until they come out or pop out. And that's it. That's the old guitar strings right here. We don't want anything more to do with these guys. So we're putting in the fresh Elixir strings. I usually start from the low E string. So I put it in the bridge pin here. And put it through the hole. And if you have locking tuners, usually acoustic guitars don't have locking tuners, huh? It's mostly electric guitars that have locking tuners. But if your locking tuners is even easier, you just tighten the little screw here for a locking tuner. But for a traditional tuner that's non-locking, you just gotta push it through and hold it in while you hold the string in while you tighten it up. So just gonna do this, hold it in, tighten it up. pitch, and just got to cut off the ends now with my string cutter. So it's good to have a dedicated string cutter. So just cut off leaf a little bit there. So now I gotta retune it again after I cut off the ends. Should have been detuned. Okay, that's pretty much it. Just restrung it with Lixer strings on my new Takamine guitar. So yeah, now it's... Yeah, it should sound pretty good. Alright, so just restrung it. Alright, yeah, now let's get back to playing. Alright, so now my Takamine TSP-10 is, yeah, it's set up. I got the strings changed and everything. So I'm going to play a few chords on this and then compare it to my Martin OMJM and also my Lava ME2, so you guys can maybe hear the difference between the Takamine and those guitars. Yeah, I think the main thing is this is a very thin body, right? So just to check if the Takamine can at least hold up to the Martin, for example, in terms of the overall sound and tone of the acoustic. So yeah, some people might be a bit turned off by the this body because they might think that it doesn't resonate that well, or it doesn't produce as loud of a tone. But yeah, we'll do that comparison here to find out if that's true or not. Okay, so I'm going to play a few chords here and compare it to the Martin and the Lava, and then we're going to plug all these guitars in and compare them plugged sound too. So we're going to play them first unplugged, and then I'm going to play them all plugged in as well. Okay, so here it is unplugged, of course. All right. Okay. Alright, so you guys hear a bit of strumming, finger picking as well. So, yeah, now I'm going to compare it to the Martin OMJM I have. Alright, so here's my Martin OMJM John Mayer acoustic model. This is a much more expensive guitar. This is about $4,000 brand new, actually, compared to the $1,600 Takamine. So, yeah, but when I got this, I actually paid about $3,000 for it. So, anyway, still expensive guitar, still much more expensive than Takamine. This uses an Engelmann spruce top right here, and yeah, the rest is rosewood. Yeah, Indian rosewood actually for the sides and for the back. So, yep. You guys see the iron headstock here. Anyways, I'm gonna play the same chords I did on the Takamine. Wow, okay. Yeah, this actually sounds noticeably deeper, more full-bodied, and warmer than the Takamine. The Takamine sounds more bright, I guess. It's got higher top end, it's more bright sounding, more crisp sounding, but this guitar, the Martin, is definitely warmer and deeper and more full-bodied. And I guess that's what you would expect, because this is a deeper guitar. I mean, you guys can see, right? It's not as thin as the Takamine, produces more volume. So this definitely is louder, unplugged, that is. So unplugged, this definitely sounds louder than the Takamine. So anyways, yeah, this is definitely more of a full-bodied, warmer tone. Definitely louder, warmer, more full-bodied, deeper, richer tone. But the thing is with the Takamine, yeah, I mean, because it's a thin line, it just cannot produce as much volume as the Martin can. But Martins are known to have a more warmer sound anyways to begin with. Also the Engelmann spruce top kind of contributes to that as well. But anyways, you guys heard the difference, right? The Martin OMJM, and that's the sound of this guitar. It's a great guitar unplugged. Yeah, this was my main acoustic since 2012, so I've used it for like 12 years, so I mean there's a reason for that. It's because it sounds really yeah, loud and warm and full-bodied. So yeah, and plus it's not, a dreadnought shape is like a little bit too large for me, so I like the orchestra model a lot better. I like this shape a lot more. Alright, so this is the Lava ME2. This is a pretty light guitar as well. I think pretty similar to Takamine in weight. I think this might be a little bit lighter, like this is 4 pounds. Takamine I think is about maybe 4.5, 5 pounds-ish. But anyways, it's a little bit lighter than the Takamine. It's a carbon fiber material, so this is definitely kind of a newer, more modern looking guitar. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna play it. Actually, I'm gonna turn up there's a little speaker inside of there I can turn on, and I can boost it a little bit. But even then, we can compare the sound to the Takamine and the Martin. And this is a $600 guitar, I think, when I first bought it. And yeah, let's see how it compares. Of course, it's a pretty small body. It's even smaller than the Takamine. So we'll see how it holds up. Okay, so let's check it out here. This is with the little speaker turned on, because if I don't turn it on, I mean, it's just not going to compare. So I'm going to turn on the little speaker inside of it. And yeah, let's play the same chords. Yeah, what I noticed is the Lava ME2 definitely sounds louder than its size, partly because of the built-in speaker. So it's cool it has a built-in speaker, but yeah, it does sound louder than the size. I don't actually know if it's louder than the Takamine or not, though, unplugged. But yeah, definitely sounds louder than the size, which is cool. It does have more of a more metallic tone, I would say, because of the carbon fiber material. So it doesn't sound quite as, well, definitely compared to the Martin, right? The Martin is a lot more warmer. That one definitely sounds like, you know, that's using a traditional wood material, right? The Takamine sounds a little bit more brighter, whereas the Lava is also like bright as well. So this definitely sounds closer to the Takamine than it does to the Martin for sure. This one using carbon fiber material, the Takamine still uses spruce. So the Takamine is still using like more natural wood material, of course. Okay, so unplugged, at least, I think the out of the three, the Takamine has the most highs, the more noticeable highs, I would say. So this one, you guys can hear it's very bright sounding and has a lot of highs, and yeah, very chimey. Whereas the Lava, it sounds closer to the Takamine than to the Martin for sure. Not the highs are not quite as good as the Takamine. I don't think it doesn't stand out as much. So it's more of like a more balanced sound out of the Lava, I think, even though it doesn't exactly sound like a traditional wooden guitar because it's carbon fiber, but it's got like, you know, it's got a little bit of mids, it's got a little bit of highs and lows. It's reasonably well balanced kind of sound, whereas the Takamine leans more towards the highs. The Martin, on the other hand, first of all, it's louder, noticeably louder than both the Lava and the Takamine, but also, yeah, it's more full-bodied and has more mids, more noticeable mids, and definitely sounds warmer than both the Lava and the Takamine. Both the Lava and the Takamine sound a little bit brighter. The Martin sounds warmer, more full-bodied, more mids. So, yeah, and it's louder. So, yeah, you guys might have noticed that in this video. So, anyways, that's the comparison of the three unplugged. So now we're going to plug them in and then compare the plugged-in sound of the three. Alright, so now I have the Takamine TSP-10CS hooked up and plugged in, and it's plugged into my Positive Grid Spark Mini, which is a portable guitar amp. This one has many settings because I can connect it with an app, and I have it set to the Cozy Serenade setting right now, which is, I think, for acoustic. And yeah, show you guys a bit about the preamp. So this is the CT3N preamp by Takamine. I just put in a 12-volt battery here, 12-volt battery, and you have a 3-band EQ here. I have it all set to noon right now. I'll set to 12 o'clock, same thing with the volume. So yeah, I have it all set right here. And yeah, you can hear how it is plugged in and compare it to the other guitars. Alright. Okay, so this sounds like a more natural. I can change it to another setting, but I think this is a natural setting for this on the amp. So one thing I noticed is that this is a very fast playing neck for an acoustic. It's a very slim neck and fast playing, and you have a single cutaway body here, so it's easy to have access to the upper registers. And this is a 21 fret, just like an electric actually. So I think Takamine, even though it's not specifically meant for electric guitar players, of course this being an acoustic electric, but I think for electric guitar players like transitioning to acoustic, this is a very good guitar to pick up because, yeah, it plays pretty similar to an electric guitar actually. And even the body shape, like this is the thin line body shape, as you guys can see, it's very thin. It's actually not any thicker than a typical electric guitar almost, right? So you like pick up a Les Paul or something like that, this is not like that much thicker than a typical Les Paul or something. So that's actually rare, right? Because most acoustic guitars have a thicker body than electric guitars do. But this one is not actually any thicker than your typical, you know, hollow or semi-hollow electric guitar. Or, you know, some solid bodies and stuff. So yeah, I would say that this thin line acoustic model definitely appeals more to electric guitarists. Also, it's very light. It's lighter than pretty much almost every electric guitar I played except for my Godin. My Godin is extremely light, and that's just a pure hollow guitar. But yeah, it's lighter than almost pretty much any electric guitar you'll play, except for, you know, some exceptions like the Traveler guitar and stuff. But yeah, very light, very thin, also a very fast playing neck, and single cutaway, so you have access to the higher frets, and it's a 21 fret guitar. So really, I think this is a good guitar for electric guitarists to pick up. So for an electric guitarist, you're switching over to acoustic, this is a nice one to pick up. Yeah, the sound is very crisp, articulate. Yeah, sounds very natural, I think. Like, not too different from the natural acoustic sound. So you're hearing it plugged in right now, but to my ears it doesn't sound like too different than the unplugged sound. Of course it sounds louder, but I can turn up the volume here. Yeah, that's why you guys can hear a little bit more of that and turn up the volume. And and you get that brighter sound that's coming from this the acoustic pickup now. If you guys have heard of piezo pickups, they always have this very bright sound to them. So now you get more of that type of sound once I turn up the volume. Yeah, this is probably one of the fastest playing acoustic guitars I've ever played. Yeah, it's super fast playing, easy to have solos and stuff on this. You can play it almost like an electric, actually. So yeah, this is very different than yeah. Say I play my Martin. I definitely cannot go as fast as this on my Martin. And my Martin is more of like traditional acoustic. This one, yeah, it plays like an electric, really. Yeah, it plays like very close to an electric. So yeah, very, very fast playing neck. And honestly, closest I played to an acoustic that's like very close to an electric. I mean, I haven't played the Acoustasonic series by Fender. I mean, that's actually an electric guitar that has an acoustic pickup inside of it. But yeah, as far as acoustic electrics are concerned, I think this is one of the acoustics I played that really plays, yeah, almost exactly like an electric guitar. So yeah, really, really fast playing neck and thin light body. It's pretty nice. Anyway, so now I'm gonna play again the same chords, but now plugged in, and then compare it to the plugged in sound of the Lava EMI and the Martin OM-JM. So yeah. Alright, so now I have the Martin OM-JM plugged in right now, and it's using the same kind of plug-in system that the Takamine uses, so it just plugs right into the strap button, which is where I like it. Very unobtrusive. Notable that the Martin does not have any kind of preamp controls. It just has one like constant preamp control, I guess, or one constant volume that you just plug it in and you have to adjust the volume on the amp, I guess. So yeah, there's no controls on the guitar itself. It's meant to be really clean looking, I guess. So this is really meant to just be like, it wants to look like just a regular acoustic guitar that's not electric, so it doesn't have any preamp controls on it. And it uses the Fishman Gold Plus pickup system, I believe. So yeah, it's under the saddle here. Alright, I'm just going to play the same chords. Yeah, and yeah, I definitely cannot solo as easily on this guitar as I can on the Takamine. So. Yeah, not as easy. Right, so this is the Lava ME2 now plugged in, and it's the same kind of plug-in system as the Takamine and the Martin, so right on the strap lock, which is where I like it, very unobtrusive. And yeah, I'm not sure what kind of, oh, this is microphonic, I'm not sure what kind of pickup system this is using. It might be their own pickup systems. I don't think it's a Fishman or LR Bags or anything, so yeah, I'm just going to play the same chords. That's a little bit too much. That's like too much reverb. I'm gonna turn off the. I think this reverb is a little bit too much. Okay, that's better. Yep, and I think it's like a little bit more like faster playing than the Martin for sure, because the Martin is like a more traditional acoustic. It's like really meant for chording and finger picking, but for the Lava, yeah, you can play like some solo lead lines on this one if you want, but it's not as fast playing as the Takamines though. Yeah, so it's a little bit, definitely faster playing than the Martin. Yeah, so you guys can tell with the Martin, the neck joins the body at the 14th fret, and that's a more traditional acoustic configuration. So it's really meant for, the Martin's definitely a more traditional acoustic guitar, really meant for more chording, fingerstyle picking. whereas with the Lava, it joins the body right here at the 16th fret. So you have a lot more room to like play your higher lead lines and solos and stuff. So yeah, definitely. The Lava's got a faster playing neck than the Martin, but not as much as the Takamine. Yeah, whereas with the Takamine, so the neck joins the body at the 14th fret, but then because it's a single cutaway, you have access all the way up to the 19th fret right here. And also, you know, you can easily hit the 21st as well. But yeah, you essentially have very easy access all the way to the 19th fret because it's a single cutaway. So the Takamine is definitely meant, you know, more for like soloing. I mean, you can play chords on it and stuff, but I would say that it's not as specialized as the Martin for those things. It's really meant for, yeah, like a lot of solo lines and like lead lines and stuff like that, in addition to like playing chords. The Lava, yeah, you can play chords on it, or you can play solo and lead. It's all fine. This is a very comfortable guitar to play too. It does not have the single cutaway that the Takamine has though. So yeah, I think for soloing work and the faster playing neck, the Takamine still has the faster neck, and also better for lead lines and soloing. The Martin definitely, I think, is more meant as a traditional acoustic guitar, really good for chords and fingerpicking style. And the Lava ME2, I think, is really good for both. It's good for chording, and it's also good for solo playing or lead playing. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, good sounding guitar, especially for the price. It's only, what, 500, 600 bucks. So really good sounding guitar for the price. Right guys, so in conclusion, I have to say about the Takamine TSP-10CS, overall this is a very impressive guitar. $1,600 US. I know it's a lot of money. It's definitely not cheap or anything, but it's very well built, very beautiful looking guitar, all made in Japan, Sakashita, Japan. Yeah, it's amazing. What I really like about it is the very thin body, right? It's almost like holding an electric guitar, except it's actually lighter than most electric guitars. Like the only electric guitar I've held that's lighter would be the Godin that I have, which is a completely hollow body electric guitar. So yeah, this is extremely light. I would say about 5 something pounds. Yeah, very, very light. And yeah, just a great preamp. I think the sounds I heard, like plugged in, I think Takamine compared to my Lava and my Martin plugged in, I think this has the best preamp system. Definitely the most adjustable anyways. The Martin doesn't even have any preamp controls, and the Lava, you can adjust it with the app, but yeah, I like having this preamp on this guitar. As an acoustic electric, I think this is the most, this has the best preamp in it. So Takamine is well known for their preamps, right? So they're one of the first to put it in an acoustic guitar. So as an acoustic electric guitar, this is really good. And it would be nice to compare it to an Acoustasonic someday, but yeah, I haven't had a chance to try out an Acoustasonic yet. But yeah, the only thing is the unplugged sound. Yes, because it's a thin body, the sound is definitely, it's distinctive and not as deep sounding as a traditional acoustic body like the Martins. Like, what I noticed about this is definitely the high end. So there's a lot of high end on the unplugged sound. So the acoustic high end, I mean, it's good sounding, it's just a little bit, yeah, it's bright and a little bit on the high end compared to something like my Martin, which, because the Martin's bigger and it uses more like a traditional construction and everything, it's got a deeper body, so it produces a deeper type of resonance, and you guys have heard that, right, in the comparison side by side between the two. The Martin definitely sounds louder, more fuller bodied, more mids, and deeper. But that's not to say that the Takamine doesn't sound good. It's just that, of course, there's limitations to having a body this thin, right? And yeah, the Martin just produces more volume, and yeah, it just has a more warmer tone to it. This one has like a brighter tone. So, anyways, unplugged, yeah, I think it could be better unplugged, because well, yeah, it's just it's not going to compete with the Dreadnought style acoustic guitars or even the orchestra model styles because it just doesn't have as much of a body as those guitars do. But still, pretty impressive for what it is. So I have to say that about the Takamine. I still really like it, and just a beautiful looking guitar. And I really do appreciate how thin and light it is. And yeah, acoustically, like unplugged, I think that's the only thing. It doesn't sound quite as deep or rich as a bigger bodied acoustic guitar, but still, I mean, for the size, it's pretty good sounding. Especially if you like your high end, right? This is a lot of high end on it. Alright, so I'm gonna finish off this video playing a song I don't normally play because of copyright reasons. But in this video I can play it because this band takes down songs manually, which means that they don't search, like they cannot actually know that the song is in this video unless I put it in the title of this video. So normally I cannot play this as a standalone song in my YouTube channel, but in this video, since it's about the Takamine, I'm not going to put the song in the title of this video, so that means they can't really find it easily. So anyways, I've always wanted to play this song, just I couldn't really play it as normally because, yeah, this band is very, very stingent on the copyright stuff. So they actually hire people to go out and search for the titles of songs and stuff. But anyways, enjoy, guys. Normally, I'm not going to play this song on YouTube, okay? Every form of refuge has its price. It breaks her heart to think her love is only given to a man with hands as cold as ice. She tells him she must go out for the evening to comfort an old friend who's feeling down. He knows where she's going as she's leaving. She's headed for the cheating side of town. You can't hide your lying eyes, and your smile's a thing in disguise. I thought by now you'd realize hide your lying eyes. The other side of town, the boys waiting. Fire eyes and dreams no one can steal. She drives on through the night anticipating, 'cause he makes her feel the way she used to feel. She rushes to his arms, they fall together. She whispers that it's only for a while. She swears that soon she'll be coming back forever. She pulls away and leaves him with a smile. Sky. Shada hangs her head to cry. She wonders how it ever got this crazy. She thinks about a boy she knew in school. She get tired, did she just get lazy? She's so far gone, she feels just like a fool. My oh my, you sure know how to arrange things. You set it up so well, so carefully. Ain't it funny how you knew life didn't change things? You're still the same old girl you used to be. You can't hide your lying eyes, and your smile's a thin disguise. I thought by now you realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. There ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. Honey, you can't hide your lying eyes. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think of the Takamine TSP10CS in the comment section below. And yeah, that's it. As always, thanks for watching.